Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. So my name's
Nice.
Ellie. Can I ask what your name is, please?
How can I greet you? Good morning, good evening, good night.
For me, it's good evening.
Good evening. For you.
For me, it's good evening. Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening. Your name is Ali.
hmm
Your name is Ali.
Yes, my name's Ellie. What's your name?
Uh, my name is Ahmed. I'm from Iraq.
Ahmed. Okay.
Yes. Not Ahmed. Ahmed.
Ahmed. No, I'm getting it wrong now.
Ah
I'm confusing different
Ahmed.
Ahmed. Ahmed.
Ahmed. Yes, okay,
Ahmed.
okay.
Okay.
First of all, okay, it's my sometimes spell the another letters of the language is difficult. You are not
Mhm. Yeah.
pronounced or not usual to pronounce the word letters. It's my pleasure to meet you. I'm from Iraq.
Okay.
I'm English teacher.
Okay.
I teach English in primary school. First of all, I want to ask you: are you native speaker or tutor in Cambly?
What was that? Sorry.
Are you native speaker on Cambly or tutor on Cambly?
I'm a native English speaker and a tutor.
Uh, you are not tutor.
Hmm?
You are not tutor.
I do tutor, but yeah, I'm a native English speaker.
I know that you are native speaker, but you also tutor.
Yes.
Some tutor on Cambly, just a native
Mhm.
speaker. They not are teacher or tutor on Cambly. And tell me about Ali, Mr. Ali. You are a tutor and a native speaker, or just only native speaker?
And I've kind of come to tutoring because of being a native speaker. So I wouldn't say I'm a teacher in the aspect that I sit and do all of the lessons, and I don't have a teaching qualification, but I tutor through
Hmm.
everything that's preset.
You can say just a native speaker.
Yeah, mostly just native speaking.
Okay, it's my pleasure to meet you. Let's ask you about do you think, do you know some way to speak English language, to improve my language, English language? Because I live in Iraq, the official language in Iraq, Arabic and Kurdish. Most people
Oh,
speak Arabic, and some people in the in the north of the Iraq speak Kurdish. Unfortunately, I cannot practice English very well because people speak Arabic. And do you know the strategical way to improve my English language? Yes.
Um, the ways I would suggest is one, obviously practicing through something
Hmm.
like this, so you
Yes.
can practice with people who speak fluently. Another tool that I see a lot of people using that seems to be beneficial for
Hmm.
them is find media that you
Hmm.
enjoy that's in English. And just listening to people speaking in
Hmm.
English can help, and you can learn through
Uh,
that.
Listening, even I don't understand the meaning of the sentences, letters, and words, vocabulary, and just listening, and after that, will they know the meaning?
What I tend to recommend, and it's what I do learning Portuguese, which is my second language, I put on the TV in my case Portuguese,
Mm.
but in English would be your case, with subtitles, or find a YouTube video that's got subtitles. So you can see it in your case it would be Arabic underneath, so you can see what they're saying and understand what they're saying while also hearing what they're saying.
Mm. The website to that's mean to improve English, to help me to listening, speaking, reading, writing.
Um, Off the top of my head, I did find some resources. Let me see. Pages.
How long have you been teaching? How long have you been teaching or
Only a
learning
couple of
English?
months.
Huh?
Only a couple of months. I've only been tutoring a few
Come on,
months now.
congratulations! You are new, and you are a new teacher on Cambly.
Yeah, fairly new still. I'm still learning little bits as I go on, but I'm getting
Okay.
quite confident.
Good luck to you. Break a leg to you.
I'll need it. I'll need it.
Mm,
Honestly, I think YouTube is a great resource. I find anywhere where you can listen to audiobooks and things can be great resources.
What about the CNN and CNN BBC channel?
What about what? Sorry.
What about the channel on TV? CNN channel and BBC channel?
I think it would really depend on what you're interested in to help you. So if you know you want to talk
Yes.
about general things, then news might be great. But if you're not as interested in world events and news, then you might find a sports channel that you like. It really, I would say, learn based on what you like.
Yes. Should I listen just I interesting? If you, for example, I interested in traveling or travel in intermediate or film or stories or the teaching in medicine, just focus on the something I interesting or listen all the things in English language. Sometimes
If
in
you can
on
listen
the
to everything
channels.
in English,
Uh,
if you can listen to everything, that's great. But I know a lot of people get a mental exhaustion after so much. So a half an hour TV program is enough for some people. And I wouldn't say to push it past what they are comfortable doing because I'm learning and I can only focus for half an hour in a foreign language. So after that, no point.
Okay, how long have you been learning second language for the
I've
people
been
who
learning
not who want to learn English? How
um,
uh, how Brian or how is it? It's 6 months or 1 year. That's enough. And yes, go ahead.
I think you're constantly learning when it comes to a second language. I think it's impossible to learn every single word and every single meaning of any language. There is still words in English that I have to search to double check the meaning or search to check the spelling. And I grew up speaking English. So if I'm still doing it, of course, people who are learning are going to do that as well. And I think being able to search things up and say when you don't understand is also a really great skill and a really great ability to have. I've been learning Portuguese around a year. I am very bad at foreign languages and I have not studied.
You speak Portuguese
I
right now
speak
very well.
very little Portuguese, to be honest.
Very little.
I did have
Okay.
some lessons, and then I had to stop them because I had other commitments, and I've only just restarted classes, and you can tell my Portuguese is not good.
Okay. What's your majority? Have you do you
What?
have a majority?
What? Sorry.
What's your majority?
What
That's
did I
mean.
major
Have
in?
you studied at the college? A major, yes.
Yes, my
At the
major.
college, yes. A major. I'm
Completely
sorry, majority. It's
unrelated to
some
this.
yes,
Oh no, it's fine.
yes,
It's fine.
yes.
Don't worry. I studied something completely separate that has nothing to do with this. I studied media makeup with special effects and hair design. So TV and film makeup.
Wow, that's amazing. And which state do you live in the USA?
What was that? Sorry.
Which state do you live in the USA?
I don't live in the USA. I've never lived in the USA.
Oh,
I
where
originally
do you
came
live?
from.
Where do you live right now?
So right now I live in Portugal, which is why I'm learning Portuguese. But before that, I lived in Yorkshire
No.
in England.
Nice. Okay. Do you think it's babies? It's learning faster than adults?
Children definitely learn faster. Yes.
Why?
Children
Really?
learn
That's
so much faster.
mm.
So part of the reasoning is I
Okay.
studied a little bit of
How can
psychology,
yes?
so I have an understanding. Children are
Mm.
still developing their brain cells and their brain connections a lot faster than adults. So though as adults we're still developing our connections, we've stopped developing actual brain cells in the sense of a new number of neurons. So while children are still developing neurons, we're not. So kids learn so much easier.
Mm. Uh, that means it's learning English, learning any language in the world faster than adults. That's mean to their brains. It's
Absolutely.
a faster response. Ah,
Yes.
oh,
Their brains
maybe.
are
Uh,
much more susceptible to
maybe.
information.
Maybe I will put the. Maybe I want to put in extra mind for me. I want to buy Brian for Brian the baby and put in my mind to learn English faster.
That would be brilliant if we could just have a few extra brain cells.
I look for about the magical way to improve English language because sometimes it need to spell words. Do you know you don't know any way or something or technology? We are in the 21st century. Technology will arrive to the moon and the space.
Mm. Technology does help. I rely on technology a lot in my life at the moment now for living in Portugal. There's obviously Google Translate, there's DeepL, which is a translation app as well. I'm constantly reliant on them, uh, which is sounds so bad me saying that. But yeah, I think through technology is the best way to learn.
Hmm. Okay, what about the Duolingo? Have you ever used the Duolingo
And
app?
Duolingo, yes, I have used it and I actually really liked it. The only issue
Hmm.
I faced, and it is a personal issue,
You
is
you use it to Duolingo for you use Duolingo for to learning Portuguese.
I tried to. There's actually two types
Hmm.
of Portuguese. There's Portuguese, the
Hmm.
Portugal, people from Portugal speak, and there's Brazilian
Portugal.
Portuguese. The
Hmm.
Portuguese on Duolingo is Brazilian Portuguese, so it's actually the wrong
Okay, you
language.
are right now you are learning Portuguese, Portugal or Portuguese. Have you when you stress on yourself, sometimes to feel fed up because learning a second language sometimes is to be very hard for yourself, or sometimes to be
Yes. It's
blue. Yes,
it's very
have you
difficult.
ever tried this? Oh.
Hmm? What was that? Sorry.
Do you what do you have a website or channel to improve my English language?
Not off the top of my head. I can have a look and
Hmm.
find some resources and send them to you if you would like.
Okay. What about IPA? The phonemic
IPA.
chart. Do you think phonemic chart that's useful? It's necessary for the learning second language?
Honestly, I don't
Yes.
think so. I think it can be sometimes you
Ah.
add more details and confuse
Okay. What
yourself.
about? Okay. Okay. It's my pleasure. I meet you online. I hope to meet you and at the 6 o'clock in the morning. What about my English? Can you assess my
It was
English
very
language?
good.
It's good.
It was good. You did well.
Which level? Which level right now? B1, B2, right? Because the time up.